Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 79 of the Custom Apparel Startups podcast. My name is Mark Stevenson from ColDesi.
And this is Mark Vila from Coleman & Company. And today we are going to talk about constructing the perfect Facebook post and then boosting it.
Yeah, this is going to be a great episode, so I definitely want you to listen closely. Mark Vila is our in-house pro on Facebook ads. So he runs all that stuff for Coleman & Company. I dabble a little bit at ColDesi. So I think you'll get a lot out of the post. But before we start,
Okay.
I want to try like an old Ronco radio promotion. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Patch Kit.
And this is one of the reasons that you have to watch the video.
Yeah, definitely. Because imagine that I'm holding up a beautiful patch, a perfectly embroidered and designed patch. And if you don't know the Patch Kit, it is a very inexpensive product from Coleman & Company.
There we go.
That you can use any embroidery machine to create beautiful iron or heat press on patches.
Yeah, I spent the just Monday or Friday, I don't know, whatever day it was.
Yeah.
I think Friday afternoon, I spent an hour or two kind of dabbling in the design, kind of trying to figure out what to do there. And then I spent some time yesterday actually just sewing them out, cutting them out, taking them pictures so we can share. So you might even see some stuff on Facebook with some videos on that. But since we're promoting it, I love that kit.
Yeah.
The Patch Kit is so cool. I think it might be my favorite product just as in and of itself.
And it was invented by somebody 2 offices down.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael Georgievich is the inventor of the Patch Kit. And really, it's just it's a collection of supplies and the right heat knife to create patches.
Yeah,
it's cool.
the challenge that really what he ran into is that he would get all the time people asking him.
Yeah.
And he had no clue how to make patches.
Right.
And nobody really did. Because everyone knew you need a serger machine to do the edge and marrowing, and all of these things people were talking about. Trying to figure out what you need, marrowing and serging and a sewing machine and an embroidery machine. And,
or an order for like 200 of them that you set up.
And so a lot of folks they even went to some shops and watched some patches being made at a place down the road. And they're like, oh, that's way too complicated. And Michael said there's got to be a better way. So basically you sew out on this material on any embroidery machine you can sew on it. You don't need a special hoop. You don't need special backing. You don't need special needles. You don't need any special machines. I mean, you don't need anything special. You just need a machine that can embroider, even if it's just something from like Walmart.
Yep.
That should be able to work just fine.
You can do it.
And you sew out your patch and then use a hot knife and you cut it out. And our new receptionist here, Candace, if you call, you might hear her on the phone.
Okay.
We were doing this and she walked by and what is that? What are you guys doing? And Stephanie says, we're making patches. So Stephanie, being the very interactive and animated person, says, come on, cut one. She's like, no, I can't do that. So she sits down and she cuts one like 95% perfect.
Yeah,
first try. It's easy. So anyway, if you embroider, you should check it out. It's a lot of fun too.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Now that we've done the commercial break.
Yeah. So this is really important. We talk to people about posting on Facebook all the time for their business, and the Custom Apparel Startups group gets some great posts in it. We look at people's Facebook pages or business pages that they set up, and you see what people post, and it's not always great. And then you see or you hear nothing but crickets on some of these pages because maybe like you're kind of locked up because you don't really know how to take advantage of Facebook to promote your business.
Yes, and what's great about it is there's a bit of a formula to get the right post down.
Right.
And I'm sure you follow a lot of pages and a lot of different groups, and you see a lot of different ads on Facebook. And many of them, there's ranges of how they look in regards of quality, the wording.
Yeah.
They seem to be rambling a lot? Is it a shaky video, or is it really well produced? But in and of itself, all of those can be very successful. I follow some little DIY groups on different things, and most of the videos on this one that I can think of are always just like it's a cell phone video and the lighting's not that great and all these things. But every time I see the post, it's just the words are the right, and it doesn't matter to me that the video is not perfect, or the wording is not perfect, but they've got the formula right, and they've got tens of thousands of people that follow the page.
Right.
So obviously they do. And it doesn't appear to me that the people that run it have become masters of Facebook.
Yeah.
They just kind of...
They found a formula that works, and they do
works.
it. And it's good enough that it catches your attention.
Yes.
And it causes you to engage. And that's what you're looking for.
So it's not about being perfect and hiring an ad agency all the time. It's about following a formula. So we're going to put together a formula today.
Yeah, and actually I'd say it's never about hiring an ad agency.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, really, you've got to be a big honking company to really need a Facebook ad agency. Your cell phone and a little time and concentration are going to be enough. I promise.
Yes, and really back to some other episodes we've talked about, the time to hire an agency to do things like this for you would be when you need the hours back.
Right.
So and oftentimes a lot of folks listening to this podcast are trying to figure out how to grow their business, and sometimes what you've got is some time.
Yeah.
And you can put it into this, and it doesn't take a lot, which is awesome. You can do this in minutes a day.
Yeah, I
agree. In the time you take chatting with somebody at the grocery store for a few minutes, you could avoid that. Just say hi to them and bye, and then you've gotten enough time now.
Or just be rude.
Facebook.
Or just be rude.
Just be rude.
Unless you're in the South. So let's talk a little bit about. Let's kind of set this up, and why even be involved on Facebook.
Sure.
What's that about?
Sure. Well, we've talked about it before if you've listened, but here's just a few simple things. For one, Facebook is free to do this. It's 100% free. Anybody can do it. Almost everybody is on it. When you just look at the sheer numbers of people they have, it's everywhere. Everyone's got it. It's the user experience on Facebook is designed to be personable, friendly, trusting. Yeah. They constantly, are trying to do things and change things in the user experience to make that. Their whole mantra is like, it's a place for friends.
Yeah.
It's a place you're supposed to go and you hang out virtually with people.
Yes.
So, and you interact with them virtually. So everyone's there, and it's just very easy to do.
Yeah. If you look at Facebook goals, it's kind of like yours. So for your business, what you want is you want people to notice what you're doing, to spend as much time interacting with you as possible, and then eventually to buy something from you.
Yes.
And Facebook wants the same thing. They want you to love going onto Facebook. They want you to notice what's happening on Facebook. They want you to spend more time on Facebook, and then they want you to buy some stuff from them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's exactly
or at least or knowing that when they create that environment, they facilitate a place where businesses like yours might end up spending some money to further reach that.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. As when Facebook runs into situations where the users are not happy, you notice that they quickly make changes, which is why you always see changes happening on Facebook. They're constantly changing that user experience. So, point being is currently Facebook is a great place to reach people for free, and you can do it without a lot of effort and without a lot of knowledge. You can get started, and then you can perfect this.
Yeah, and it's also some place, like you made the note here, you can share things without being 100% promotional. Mm-hmm. And I like that idea. Yeah. You'll see over at the West Shore campus of ColDesi, sometimes I'll just grab my phone because it's really interesting to watch the guys in back prep embroidery machines or DTG printers. I'll just go shoot it because I think it's cool. So I'm not really concentrating on being like, 10 of you are going to buy an embroidery machine because I put, how they repair it or prep it, on Facebook. What I'm trying to do is kind of just like share with you what happens.
Yeah.
What it takes and, to get you interested. So you'll want to learn more.
Yes, and part of it is building trust. And I mentioned here about, people have a trust when they go on Facebook. And and I can prove that very simply. What do people do is they're looking at making a purchase, going to a good restaurant, right? And you'll see this all the time. They hey, my friend of mine posted, what's the best lobster roll in Boston or something like that, Right. And he gets recommendations. Why? Because he knows his friends are on there. He trusts his friends.
Right.
And he gets it.
Because God forbid you should get the second best
Yeah.
lobster roll.
Oh.
Complete waste of the trip.
Knowing this,
Complete
this
waste of
guy
the trip.
this guy appreciates it. He
Okay.
would be really bothered. But people do that kind of things. Other things you do is you're thinking about buying something from a store, a local store, local boutique, an
Yeah.
AC repair company, whatever it might be. A lot of people will go on Facebook and search for them. Do they have a page? Are people commenting
Yeah.
on it? Things like that. So it's a place where people have a level of trust because it's an open forum, meaning everyone is equal and free to comment. So
Yeah.
if you are a business, you're free to comment on somebody. If you're just a regular person, you're free to comment and share.
Yeah.
So it's like an even playing field. People feel trusted there. So it's a great place
Yeah.
to be, and we should figure out how to construct some posts that will actually help your business grow.
I agree. And once you get this, and we're not talking about, there's no calculus involved. There's no whiteboard
No.
back here where we're going to be, putting up symbols that nobody knows what they are. It's really just a few basic rules and a little thought process beforehand. And after you get these down, you're not going to think about them again.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the way you do things. The way you write, or the way you set up your post, or the way you shoot your video. This is just what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, and it's all simple. So let's get right into it. All right. The first thing that I wrote was that you need to have a plan for
Yeah.
your posts. And I don't mean you need to necessarily have a fully written out, fully thought out plan and a calendar of when you're going to post things.
Right.
Those are all things you can do, but that's not necessary at all.
We're talking about more like a purpose.
Yes, a purpose.
Like, what's your goal for the post?
So what it should be, why are you going to share this?
So and you did kind of put out 4 bullets.
Yeah, sure.
So
share.
let's go through these. One is promotional, and we'll talk about that. The next is social proof. There is content sharing, and then storytelling. So I'm looking forward to getting to the last one, but let's stop to the first one.
Okay, sure. So promotional. What is a promotional post? A promotional post is that you're going to take a picture of a new hat you got in stock that you're going
Right.
to start embroidering on, of a new brand of T-shirt that you're selling, of a new design that you've created, and you're going to sell, and you're going to say, "Hey, folks, just made 10 of these bags.
Yeah.
They're for sale now. The first 2 people that buy one are also going to get a handkerchief for free.
Right.
Whatever. It's a promotional post. It's just straight up. Yeah, you like that. You like that.
I do. It's not bad,
Guys,
but
that's
but I
free
have
advice.
but I have another one.
Okay.
I have another one. So we talked about the patch kit from Coleman and Company
Yeah.
earlier. Mark just finished a video, like a short little promotional video that he's going to be posting as an ad on Facebook. And so that is, you would do the same thing with a post as Mark did with the ad. You're creating that, you're deciding that it's promotional, and you're building the content to get them to write you a check, send you a credit card, place an order.
Take a picture or a video, describe what it is, and say, "Buy this, please."
Yes.
All right, that's promotional.
You could do that. That's great.
And you can literally just say that.
Yeah.
So next is social proof.
Right.
We've discussed this before.
Yeah.
Social proof is trust in the community around you, focused on you.
Yeah.
So when people see these things, they actually trust you more. So this would mean that if you get a new customer that you brought on board, and they
Yeah.
keep telling you how happy they are with the garments you produced for them, that hey, can I come by your shop, or can I just take a quick selfie with you, and you could tell me how happy you are, maybe a short little video.
Right.
And it's basically a review.
Yeah. It's
In
like-
a way, or especially if the mayor, if you make custom baby clothes for the mayor's new baby,
Yes.
I just made stuff for the mayor.
Yes.
These are social
and
proofs.
his girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the I had a great example, but the girlfriend thing just kind of threw me.
I don't even know what
I don't know where that came from. So the idea is that you are building up trust in the community, not just by participating things, but by participating in groups and commenting on other people's posts and really participating in the community, but by providing that information that you are trusted in a Facebook post.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, ColDesi, we occasionally, we have a lot of happy customers, and occasionally one will agree to do a success story with us.
Yeah.
Right? They'll shoot a little video, or they'll fill out a little easy form that they can fill out, and we will turn that into a Facebook post. So, hey, look how successful this person can be. This person is just like you. You can be successful too. So there's some trust there. You see that ad, You identify somebody that's like you. Just, if you've got a baseball team for customers and you take a picture of them wearing their shirts, somebody from a baseball team is looking for that. They're going to say, that's me. Those shirts look great. They're happy. I'm going to be happy. And that's social proof.
Exactly. So other people like it, and you will too.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this in Persuasion podcasts in the past, basically just saying that people like to kind of move along with the crowd. If they feel that you have a lot of happy customers, they will probably be.
They want to be one,
well.
right?
So content sharing.
Yes.
You want to cover that one?
Yeah. It's kind of it's almost like it's almost content sharing and storytelling can be very close, right? Mm-hmm. So. It can be a day in the life. Content sharing might be you take a video of one of your folks doing some vinyl shirts, heat pressing vinyl shirts, and you take a little video of that and you say, this is what the process is like. If you want to order a shirt from us, this is what it takes to create a shirt, and we do the design, and then Bob heat presses it, and then Mary folds it, and we put it in this box and we send it out to you. So that's a good example of a video of content sharing. We had somebody that did that with a Pro Spangle machine, which is so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. Spangly too, and the CAMS machine. Bling is particularly good for this. Or to watch. You may have seen. I post tons of videos of the DTG printer printing amazing shirts because it's really cool to watch. That's just content. I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to describe it very well. And what Facebook is going to do is it's going to see that you're providing a lot of content related to making T-shirts in your area. And if someone is looking for someone to make T-shirts in your area, they're going to recognize that you have valuable content that they're going to want to see. And so they'll show it to them.
Yeah. And a great thing about content is it can also, it can just be text too.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. So you could say, I just found a brand of shirt that a bunch of my customers were asking for. They were asking for something that was softer, better when you're outside in the sun in the summertime, and I was having a challenge finding the right one. I fit the perfect style. Tell me what colors would you like to see in my collection? So it can be things like that too. The content you could be sharing can be words, it can be images, it could be video. Image and video typically does very well. So I would recommend those first. Take a picture of those shirts. So the last is storytelling. So I know you wanted to get to this one, so I want you to run with it.
I really like this idea of sharing a customer story and a story of success. Like I said, it kind of overlaps with the content part. But telling a story of your customer from the moment they walk into the door to the moment they leave with a finished product is a great thing to put down on the into a Facebook post. Telling your story, I've had a lot of people ask about how Mark and I came to start a podcast. So let me do a post about hey, this is how we got started.
Yeah.
How did panagrams become ColDesi? It's a story. People want to know, why am I picking up the phone? Why am I doing this? So there are a lot of stories, related to, customers, related to yourself, related to if you've got a family business, you'll see a couple of great videos with Mark's daughter, Ella, doing stuff here in the shop. Like it's so easy that, she's heat pressing or, she's making something, and that's not a buy the patch kit. That is more like I'm just telling you this great story about what's happening.
Yeah, and they're incredible. First of all, it feels great to tell a good story. And
really
I know if you go on Facebook right now, you will probably not be able to scroll 5 swipes without running into some sort of a storytelling. You see a video and it's a story about this guy who was at 20 years old, he found out that he had cancer, and then he beat it, and he came back, and he started up his own coffee roasting company, and now he has a coffee. I mean, you see these stories are just all over.
Yeah.
People love a great story. It's proven that people love a great story because of Netflix, Hulu, cable, movies, Hollywood.
I follow a couple of Facebook pages that do nothing but show me stories.
Yeah.
It's a little video background and text over the top, and it just tells you a story.
So tell some stories. Tell us, no matter what it might be. Just get some ideas of what's a story I can share. I really want to tell a story about how I went from a home embroidery machine to a commercial embroidery machine, or I went from a Cricut cutter to having a DTG printer and a commercial cutter.
Yeah, hey, or it could be a story like you said, where I used to use this T-shirt, and now I found this amazing shirt, and let me tell you about why I love it.
Yeah,
and you're telling a story, right? And you're building some social proof and the whole thing.
And then to finish this, and when an important thing to think about, and the difference between somebody who's really good at this and somebody who just does it, is that they are able to put themselves in the shoes of the person who's going to watch the story.
Yeah.
Read the post, read the content, see the pictures, see the promotion. You've got to be able to, is this story interesting? It's interesting to you, that's fine.
Right.
But put it into the perspective of the people who are going to be reading it. Is this interesting to them? And if not, then you need to share why it's interesting to you, and it should be interesting to them.
Yeah.
So, do a good job at telling stories. Go practice taking pictures, practice offering promotions, do all of it, but always sit back and think about the perspective of the audience that's going to be viewing.
It's not what you want to do, right? It's what your audience would want you to do.
Yeah.
So your potential customers would want you to do.
And it's just perfect when that meshes together. And as you practice and you do this more, you're going to find that.
Yeah.
Because for example, the patches.
Yeah.
Was I love to do it. I think it's fun and cool to go from a blank piece to this cool patch.
Yep.
And I'm like, I did this, and it's fun to do it. Then we take pictures of it and share it, and people like to see it. Yeah. And then people ask questions. How does that work? Show me more. So when you do it more and more, eventually you're going to find things that you love to do that your audience loves to see, and you get to share. And then at that point in time, the social posts aren't really about work. It's just fun.
And you made a great example. You talked about Stephanie calling Amber in to do her first patch.
Candace, yes.
Right, Candace in to do her first patch. So imagine if you were back there with your phone camera, and you had a video of Candace doing her first patch. Mm-hmm. And she did it easy, and she made a little bit of a mistake, but what a great story to tell. You just told it. It's very engaging. People would want to see that video. And you're not saying buy a patch kit. You're kind of saying look, this is the story about what happens and how easy it is.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to read more about it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And then we'll go into some of the next things. So the first thing, here's kind of the planet was number one. Number two we have here is asking for engagement.
Yes, always also called a call to action, right, or a CTA in marketing speak.
Yeah, and sometimes, and specifically even in this, when we're asking for engagement, we're also asking for specific social engagement too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is, so we mentioned how Facebook is about a user experience, right? They want the people who go on there to like doing things on Facebook. That includes liking posts, commenting on posts, sharing posts.
Yeah.
A reason that that Facebook oftentimes will push things to the top. Have you seen a post on Facebook that's been there for days?
Yeah.
Oftentimes, it's some sort of political or religious or ethical debate that's been happening with 90 people commenting. So the reason that happens is because Facebook knows that this is a friends having conversation online.
Yeah.
And they really like that. So likes and shares and comments are very important because Facebook gives credit to that as this is a really good piece of content.
That's how they tell that people might want to be able to see it, might want to see it. Mm-hmm. So if you have a good post, we did a question about what color vinyl we should.
Oh yeah, we're putting a new package together.
We're putting a new cut and press package together with Trident vinyl. And the what we're looking for is some input on what colors to put in it. So we were having the conversation here in the office about, hey, what colors do you think we should have? Let's just ask people.
Yeah.
So you put here, this is our dilemma. Comment below. Which one of these colors do you like, or what should we include?
Yeah, what hat style do you think I should bring in as the next addition to my collection? What's your favorite type of coat to wear when the fall starts? Do you prefer windbreakers or hoodies or sweaters or none at all? Find out these things, and for one, you get to do a little research for yourself to help you make decisions.
Right.
Two, you get that engagement. So what you're doing is you are facilitating and helping to drive it by asking for it.
Right.
So when you see posts from, especially when they're like the spammy type of picture posts, like for this, comment for this. I mean, those were the original hacks to get, and Facebook's kind of figured that out, and they're just like, they're not interested in that. You don't see that anymore, but you could still post that, but you're not going to get credit.
Right.
So, but what you're doing is the proper way to do it. Facebook likes if you say, hey, like this post if you really think this is a good shirt. I should bring it to my line. Comment on this artwork that I'm doing. Should I focus more on pastel colors or vibrant neons?
Which one of these 2 T-shirts or jackets or caps should I bring in? What color thread do you like? Which vinyl would be your favorite on a cheerleader outfit? Yeah,
and these are things that this is okay. The whole, like for a prayer, share for, whatever. Those type of posts you see, they fizzled away because Facebook doesn't want that kind of a hack. They want it to be an organic, real thing. So you can facilitate something that's organic, but you have to ask for it. Yeah. If you just post 2 pictures of shirts and you say, these are 2 shirts I'm thinking about bringing on board, you might get some people that would say, choose the blue, choose the gray. But if you specifically say at the end, can you help me guys pick? There was a comment there. Yeah. Comment, whatever it might. So
I like that. And the last thing I'll say about asking for engagement is that there are other kinds of engagement. You can really ask people to follow you on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
To like your page. You can ask people to share this post. And there's been studies done, I wish I had the numbers, but if you ask people to share the post, more people will share your post.
Yes.
Just because you ask.
Here's just the rule in business across the board.
Yeah.
If you ask people to do things, more of them are going to do it than if
a lot of them will do it.
Ask.
Yeah.
And that's true for sales.
Yeah.
And we talk about sales all the time.
And increasing your sales.
Yeah. You want more sales? What do? You just kind of walk around the neighborhood businesses local to you and just say, hey, can I make T-shirts for you guys?
Yeah.
And some of them are going to say yes, just because you asked.
So I like that a lot.
It's the whole Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take type of philosophy. I don't even know if he actually said that.
I don't know.
It's a quote that's everywhere. And so anyway, so ask.
And it works on YouTube, it works on Instagram, it works on Twitter, everywhere. Any social platform, all of these things still apply.
Yeah. So next, include photos and links.
Absolutely. I would say, it goes videos, photos, where you can load up a pack of photos, right? And links. So if you can do a video, do a video. If you can't do a video, do a photo. And always put the link to where you want people, that's your call to action, to the specific place that you want people to go to. So it may be that you just want people to go to your Facebook page, right? And do something there, like get a coupon on my Facebook page. It may be that you want them to go to the homepage of your website. Because what you're really trying to do is just like introduce your company. Or maybe you've got something on special. You want to put a picture of it and a link to where they can buy that thing.
Yep, or sign up for an email list that you're starting to create, or whatever it might be. So whenever possible, which is not necessarily always, but whenever possible, include a link for somebody to go somewhere. Now, this is a little bit counterintuitive to the Facebook kind of user experience, because Facebook does want you to stay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's important to not always try to push people away from Facebook.
Yeah.
But when they post, when it's relevant to the post, so you're advertising that you have a new shirt,
Right.
that design, right? You sell T-shirt designs, and you don't do custom stuff, but you sell designs that you sell like fashion, right?
Yep.
Plenty of our customers do that type of thing. You have a new design, you put it up there, a very appropriate time to link out.
Yeah.
If you're trying to build up an email list because you want to send people coupons and specials and promos and stuff like that, a great time to link people out to an email sign up form.
Yeah.
So not always necessarily to put it at the bottom of every single one of your posts just because, if I put it there, I should have a link to my website. Not necessary. You just use some basic thought behind it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
And just so you know, like if you're going to have a link, don't make people work for to find what you want them to see. Like that's why I mentioned to make a link specifically to the page that you want to go to. Because I've seen a lot of Facebook advertising just recently in apparel business, where someone will advertise a shirt, a particular design, but the link takes you to the home page, and the shirt's not there.
And now I have to find it.
Now I'm going to the homepage and I'm digging around. So if you are going to do these things, when you design your post, go ahead and have somebody else take a look at it and make sure it makes sense.
Yeah.
Make sure the link follows and then everything works properly.
And the argument typically behind this is that, well, I want to send somebody to my homepage because I want them to see all my designs.
Right.
And then they kind of have to find that one. They're going to see more. Maybe they'll buy more.
No.
That sending somebody to your homepage is great for awareness and branding.
Yes.
Meaning that I just want people to know who I am. I'm not looking for them to
Yeah.
necessarily buy something right now.
I sell science fiction shirts.
Yeah.
I sell sci-fi TV show shirts. If you're interested in sci-fi TV show shirts, go to my website, sci-fi-tvshowshirts.com. But if you're advertising, yeah, you should do that. We should get that URL real quick. But if you're advertising a specific shirt or a new design, then it makes more sense to send them to the buy page for that specific shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make sure it makes sense.
And it's less resistant. Somebody was interested in that on purpose. And if they want to buzz around on your site, there's plenty of links to go there. They're going to do it anyway. Next, be brief but interesting and engaging. Okay, this is what we would call copyright.
Right.
The words you're going to use are so important on Facebook. They are, for one, in the chronological order of how things come. If you're posting an image with links and comments, the way that it goes is your description text is on top, then your image or video is below that, and then you have your like, comment, share, frowny face, cry face, all that stuff, and then the comments are underneath that.
Yeah.
So that's how the flow of it goes, whether it's advertising or regular posts. The flow is pretty much always the same. So the words are the first thing that pop up. Also, what people do is they will look at a video of an embroidery machine going, right? A DTG printer printing, a digital heat effects, whatever they're doing. They're watching the video, and then typically what's this about?
Yes,
and they look
that's
that
the way
up.
it happens.
So the video kind of catches the attention. Sometimes the words do.
Yep.
Everyone's
a
different.
picture, they see a great picture and they want to know what's happening.
See a picture, pause.
Yeah.
Look up. Oh, this place sells T-shirts.
Yeah.
Continue on reading. Compared to, so we need to make sure that when we post, we are very clear that we do not sell T-shirts, we sell equipment and supplies.
Yes.
So early mistakes we would do is we would show a bunch of pictures of T-shirts, and then all of a sudden we get a bunch of inquiries, can you guys make shirts for me?
It still happens about 0.5% of the time. We still get people, where do I order
which is
your
every
shirts?
day.
Every day.
But so it's got to be brief but interesting and engaging. In the copywriting portion, again, you need to be in the shoes of the person who's going to be reading it.
Yeah.
You need to practice this. Some people are going to be really good at it right away, just like some people are really good at picking up an instrument and learning it quickly.
Yeah.
Others of you are going to have to take some time. I had a great conversation with a friend of mine recently. We were talking about copywriting.
Okay.
And they do.
These are the friends that we have. It's people that talk about marketing stuff.
Well, they do writing, but they were like articles and novels and fiction and poetry. They just write all the time. And I write for business. They don't write for business. But we were talking about that, and we were kind of going through the concept of how you can have 5 sentences that say the same thing, but one of them, it brings out emotion, it instills feeling, it instills excitement. you want to finish. You want to get to that fifth sentence, and others just seem trite, boring, irrelevant.
They just had to write something.
And even though they are so close, it's the difference of the order you put the sentences in, what word you use to start it with,
and don't let this hang you up. But if you have time, do a little research on. Just type in, how do I copyright a good Facebook post?
Yeah, there's a million articles.
But I'll give you a couple of examples just recently, and this could relate to your age, how long you've been writing. If you've done writing at all, and if you write on a regular basis. But I talked to one person that works here the other day, and she asked me to review an email. And the email was very good, but it was also very formal. It was full of the right words and big words, and it was very detailed, and it felt like somebody was writing a business email and did not know the person they were writing to at all.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. It was a little... It was good. It was a little old-fashioned.
And not personal.
Right.
I can
now,
tell.
On the other side, you'll see Facebook posts that, I'm in my 50s, I don't even understand the language that they're using.
Yeah.
Right? It's completely casual. It's slang, and this can be business too. Maybe it's a 20-something that's writing who most of their writing experience since they left school is on their phones. So they really don't have the same kind of innate rules and vocabulary that the other person that I was talking to. What you've got to do is be conversational. That's really what people want.
Yeah.
But be conversational down that middle road.
And to your audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Southern Belle hats and dresses is the name of it. And so you sell to Southern women, and let's just be very stereotypical. That they love to cook, they love to gossip and talk with their friends. Yeah. They love to go to events outside and have picnics. I mean, whatever it might be, and they have used a certain language. Y'all gonna love these T-shirts.
Yeah,
perfectly fine because that's your audience. Understand that compared to writing extremely formal. I've created some great garments that I think all of you are going to
for
really
IBM.
enjoy.
I do all of the apparel for
Yes.
IBM. I actually embroider their names on the inside of the blue suit.
Yeah, so know your audience, make it engaging, think about who's going to be reading it. Brief but engaging, meaning that it's short, but the few sentences that you say actually mean something. And it's really hard to go into it, but just as an example with the patch kit, I did a post yesterday, which I would consider just like a content post. I took a picture of the patches that I made.
Okay.
Fun with embroidery patches, right? Or fun making embroidery patches. Very, very brief and engaging people. Oh, you made embroidery patches. Let me see them. Right? That's immediately the response to that. Let me see the embroidery, especially to our community of people who make embroidery patches. So they see somebody makes patches. A lot of people know it's a challenge or have never done it. They want to see what it is. Brief but engaging. I also included a link out because I know people are going to ask, how did you do that? So I included the link to the patch kit. It wasn't buy it now, here's a coupon, really trying to hardcore sell it.
No, I get it.
I was sharing something. I spoke to the audience, very brief but engaging, and I included the link because it made sense, because I knew people were going to want to know how I did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. So next, go ahead, Mark. You have the next on the list here?
We are at make it feel real and relevant, or did we already do that?
Yeah, no, that's next.
Okay,
yeah,
so I think we've talked about that. And we talk about this in a lot of posts when you create a Facebook page in the first place in your website. It's best if you instill it with your personality. If you are and the same goes for making it feel real and relevant in a Facebook post itself. If you are a stay-at-home mom that got into creating cheerleading clothing because she's got 3 girls that have been in cheer, and she decided to do it herself, then real and relevant is take a videotape of your kids coming home after cheerleading practice and say, look at these shirts that I made. Don't the girls look cute?
Yeah.
Here's how I did it.
It feels real.
Yeah,
it feels relevant.
It's personal.
Yes, it's personal. It's about the topic. The same is true if you have a brand or a business that you're trying to build up. So if you have an apparel line you're building up, or you make corporate wear.
Yes.
And so it's got to be real and relevant to that too. So that would be, maybe the post would be pictures of the team that they took after they got their brand new shirts. It might be you a video of you delivering it to them and saying hi to the CEO. Hey, do you mind? I'm videotaping this real quick. I just wanted to videotape that. I wanted to see the look on your face when you see what I made for you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all of these things, they feel real, they feel relevant, and you'll notice it today if you go on Facebook, as I'm sure you do. You go on Facebook, you scroll through, and what are a lot of things you see? You know, you see these images of, you know, a man or a woman holding up their phone. Hey, I was just in the parking lot, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this new, you know, keto diet video that I sell. You know, and it's very typical to see those things nowadays. It feels like this is a real person. It feels relevant because maybe you're into dieting and fitness and things like that, and then it was engaging because the person just said, hey, I want to tell you about this new diet thing.
And you know, and that actually I think works better now than these big really produced videos. I've got a friend of mine who she runs a woodworking school here in Tampa, and you know, she asked me to talk to her about social and things like that, and completely unable to do a quick little casual video, like to just shoot a little video. We'll spend a day editing a 2-minute video to get it just perfect and have the music and the right graphics and things like that. And that's great if, you know, if your customers expect that kind of thing. But much more engaging if, you know, if you are, like I said, if you're in your shop and there are people all around you making shirts, pick up the phone, shoot the people making shirts. It's a casual video. It's going to be more engaging than something that's more formal.
Yeah, and there's definitely a balance for that. I see these ads all the time for this embroidery company up in New York, where they offer like a promo offer that they're offering is whatever many you buy 20 shirts and they're $20 a piece, or custom polos, you know, whatever their promo is that they're running. And it's a produced ad, but still has an authentic feel. And all it is you see the embroidery machine running, and then you see some people folding up some boxes, and then you see a couple of people smiling, you know, wearing the shirts, and it's produced. The quality was good, the audio was good, but it just feels real and authentic. And so our industry, we have to remember that our industry is very similar to a lot of these small business based industries, right? And it's important to be able for your customers to connect with you.
I agree.
So, but you're going to have to determine what this is. If you sell to people online only and you've never met a single customer and you run an e-commerce store where you sell t-shirts or caps, it's going to be important for you, for your video. And the videos don't have to be of you talking ever. It can only be your brand.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who owns it, who runs it. That's fine too.
Yeah.
You got to find that zone. Right. But it's got to feel real. And it's got to feel relevant.
And I do tip a lot more towards, if you're the owner of a company, even if it's a big company, you know, when Mark Zuckerberg posts a video on Facebook, everybody watches it, you know, because it's very personal. He's just talking.
Yeah.
He doesn't. There's no it's not teleprompters and news conference and you know, and a lot of the great CEOs do this. They will just get on a video and talk to you about what's going on, what's happening. Very effective stuff.
So find the zone that works for you. Yeah. Make sure it's real. Make sure your audience is going to like it. And if the posts aren't being reacted to, so let's just say you normally post a lot of things that were without you in it, and then you start adding yourself into it, and the post engagement goes down. Okay, well the audience I've built likes that producer.
My hair really does look bad.
The other way, or it might be the other way around. You might be producing all these cool videos, and all of a sudden you do one video where it's just you in front of your printer printing some shirts, and
it
you
does
pop
great.
it out, and it does twice as good. Well, there you go.
So, and what we're going to do is, if you hang out with us for maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, Mark Vila is going to tell you where and how to look for those things and tell where to go to see what the posts are. So,
let me tell you this though. There's this video of Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And he did a Facebook Live. I believe it was for Independence Day.
Okay.
And he's in his backyard hanging out with a couple buddies, and they are grilling, barbecuing.
Right.
And he was on for like an hour, and he was just talking about what he was doing. So somebody took this video and they chopped it up to how many times he said the words like smoking meats, sweet baby rays, grill, big green egg, and they chopped it up to all of that. So it was like 8 minutes of him just saying smoking meats, sweet baby rays, big green egg, and it was just. It really made me laugh.
That's funny.
I watched it.
Not a great example, but yeah.
No, actually, it's a great example for that person because they create comedic videos.
Right. There you go.
So
they found something.
That was engaging, and I shared it to thousands of people just now. How
okay.
about that?
So after you, so what we talked about is that you're going to create some engaging content, whether it's video. Well, first you're going to pick a purpose for your post. You're going to create some engaging content based on the rules that we set out. It's going to have kind of a heading. There's going to be a body section. There's going to be some kind of a call to action, whether or not it's like this, go here, buy this, friend me, answer this question. And you're going to make it real and relevant. And after you're done, and you've done this a few times, then you're ready to move on to what happens when you've created the perfect Facebook page.
Yes, the analytics.
Right.
Okay, you should preferably be doing this from a Facebook business page. If you're doing it from your personal page, great. Get a business page too because it's going to allow you to do more things.
Still free.
And it's still free. Yep. And so they have a thing called Insights. So you go to your business page and they'll have a little button up there. You click on Insights. When you click on Insights, you get all cool graphs and charts and numbers and stats and percent of growth. And
they're easy to read.
Very easy to read.
Facebook's good at that.
Yeah, there's not a lot. If you want to dive deep, you could dive deep. But they make a nice little dashboard, and I'm holding my hands up for the folks just listening.
Which looks like a big dashboard when you hold your hands up.
Well,
like
my
that.
screen.
It's like I caught a fish this big.
Yes, my monitor is there. But anyway, it fits basically right in your single screen for your phone or for your desktop or iPad or whatever. So anyway. And it'll tell you, the amount of people, are the people liking your page going up or going down? Yeah. Are you losing or gaining followers? And then you can scroll down a little further and you can see it post by post. And they have like little meters almost, like red and green, I think.
Yeah.
And actually like the meter is over. So what you can really do is like scroll and then you see one where it's pegged.
Yeah.
And that meter is like an addition of all the things.
Right.
The likes, the shares, the comments, the engagement, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It all adds up to points. So you look at this, look how high that scored. So you click on it. What did I do?
Yeah.
All right, well, this was this, it was that. What did I write? Okay, it was this. I wonder, all right. And then you start thinking about it. I wonder, well, it was a picture of the soccer team that just won the championship. So maybe they just shared it.
Yeah.
You start thinking about all right, let me find another one. Wait, no. All right, here's another picture, but this is a picture of a group of a landscaping company I did garments for.
Right.
Okay. And you go to another one, you're like, another picture of a group.
Yeah.
When I post pictures of groups,
of my customers especially.
My customers, it really seems to engage well. I want to do that more often.
Yeah, and so it's really simple because once you're in Insights, you're looking at the post engagement and you can just scroll and you can see the lines very easily. So you can identify all your best posts very easily and then do just what Mark said. Pick the best one, click on it, try to figure out what's good about that, and then look for the next one.
Yeah, look for common things. If you can find like 3 or 4, and this is great because you're a human being, and human beings are really good at pattern recognition. It's a talent of our frontal cortex that we can actually find patterns and things. So what you do is you look at these posts, and if you want to do screenshots, look at them side by side, print them, however you got to do it, and sit there and say, what's the pattern here? Try to find a pattern. Is it words you use? Is it the link? Is it the time of the day? Whatever it is, try to find a pattern. Try to find a couple of them, and you will. Yeah. And it's a find the hidden picture puzzle like you did when you were a kid.
Yeah.
So like find it, and you're gonna find it, and then it's gonna pop out, and you're gonna say this is what it is. Sometimes it's simple. It's always team pictures. Other times it's gonna be more complicated. Like, well, it's actually just when I post on Friday nights.
Yeah,
and the time might not ever make a difference.
Right.
It's going to be different for everybody. So look at the analytics. You don't have to be a marketing guru or anything to figure this out. It's literally you take the steps. You go to your Insights. You look down at your post, find the ones that have the highest engagement, whatever it is, even if it's 8, and all your other thing, like you get 8 shares, and everything else is 1. You're a really small growing.
That's
page.
a big deal. It's 800%.
But it's 8. Yeah. All right, 8. I'm going to take that 8 and I'm going to perfect that 8, and next week I'm hopefully going to get it to 12.
Yeah.
And you build your audience. So anyway, look at your analytics. Take the steps. Just try to look, replicate, and if the replication didn't work, then you didn't find the right pattern. Try something different. I mean, you'll do it. And it's one of these things that you can literally spend 10 minutes on a morning while you're having coffee looking at this stuff. And if you look at it enough, if you look at it every day, every week, however long, you're going to get these eureka moments. Because you're going to get used to it.
And I will say, though, this is also the point where you realize, like one of my favorite books, the last sentence is, everything in this book may be wrong. So this is where you may find that that's true for us. Mm-hmm. So you may have listened to this whole podcast and done everything right, but the one post that everybody loves is just a post of you mowing your grass.
Yeah.
So anything is possible. And you may be listening to this in 6 months or a year from now or 2 years from now, or something like that. And even though these basic rules should still apply, you should open yourself up to not everything being correct.
Social,
still being successful.
Yes, social is a constant changing atmosphere.
Yeah.
Facebook is not anything what it was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
it's
a year,
1,000 times different.
Yeah,
and what you can and can't share is going to change, and how you reach your audiences. It used to be very easy. You get a bunch of people to like your page, and then you make a post, and everyone saw it.
Yes.
And then Facebook, then businesses figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
They started flooding it with this, and everyone's feeds was all business stuff.
Yep.
And they started unliking everything, and Facebook's like, oh, bad user experience.
Yeah.
Let's dwindle down the amount of times that the business pages get showed up. So now you got to work a little harder to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Facebook might change the link thing. Maybe our tip on the links. Maybe Facebook's going to change that. Maybe they're going to say
no links.
No links.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to say, well, if somebody to buy the product, you have to click them here, and they can access a view of it in Facebook. I mean, who knows what they're going to do? So, tomorrow this might not be 100% right, but I want you to really understand the theory behind this.
Yeah, it'll be 90% right.
It's just the theory. Once you understand this, it works for everything.
So talk a little bit about now. Okay, so I've kind of gotten used to doing good posts, and I know they're good because people respond to them. Facebook is always suggesting that I boost my post, and it's really hard to know when to hit that blue button.
Yeah,
and when not to. You want to?
So first, I've gone back and forth on this. Okay. Sometimes I've thought, write a post, put $20 in, and see what it does.
Okay.
That's a fair enough experiment. You could waste $20,
yes.
But it's a fair enough experiment. But the better way to do it would be you do all this first. You start looking at the analytics, and you're seeing what's happening organically. You find this formula of the picture, maybe the time of day, whatever it might be. You find this formula that seems to work right, and then that's what you boost. Because it's your highest likelihood that you're going to do well, right? And if you're a fisherman, right, and you know how to do this, and you've been doing it a lot, you kind of know where the fishing holes are you go to. You kind of know the times of the day, so you could take your boat out anytime and throw a line and catch dinner. Right. But if you spend the time to find the right hole and time of the day and bait and all that stuff, then you invite your friends, 2-3 buddies, to come with you, and you take them to that spot at that time. Everyone catches fishes, and you're out, grilling fish together.
Yep.
That's the party, not you come home and it's duds.
Right.
So you could take your friends out on the boat any time of the day and have fun with them, and come back and then go to the grocery store and buy dinner.
Once again, a good analogy.
And you could do that with Facebook. You could throw the $20 out there if you want to, and just boost it.
But here's what's going to happen. Somebody is going to do 2 posts based on what we said, kind of. Then they're going to boost them. They're going to waste $40. They're going to say those guys don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. I'm never doing this Facebook.
Well, first of all, they didn't listen to a single word we said.
Right.
Right. But
don't do that.
Yeah. If you want to throw the $20 and you go into it knowing this is probably going to fail, but I'm going to try to learn something.
It's a lot.
That's fine. But you go ahead, start at 20 posts over the course of a few weeks.
Yeah.
Look at all of those. Try to figure something that's in common. Try to replicate it. If you can replicate once or twice and get those same nice high numbers on the scale on your insights, then now you know you've got a formula that seems to work for your audience. And then you hit the boost button, and I just say $20. I think it's a number they start you at.
Yeah.
Statistically, there's a reason why they put 20 in there, so stick with it. Whatever they recommend, they are going to try to upsell you at the end.
Yep.
Hey, for $20 more, don't do that yet. You're testing waters. And they're going to ask you, who do you want to share it with? Okay, and it is very self-explanatory, but they're going to say people who like your page. Obvious, right? They like your page, they're going to get to see it.
Yeah.
People who like your page and their friends. I think that's not typically good for our industry as much.
Right, because you may want to start an embroidery business or be in it, but your neighbor doesn't care.
Right. But in your business, if it's you sell custom T-shirts, or you sell like fashion designs, and they're all about cigars.
Right.
And you sell cigar T-shirts, I definitely would post that to them and my friends, because I'm pretty sure that people who like cigars also are friends with people, so they have people to smoke cigars with. Yeah. It's a social social thing.
Good one.
So if you think your customers' friends, you choose the option that says people who like my page and their friends. And then there's going to be a third one, which normally you kind of have to get into the custom audience thing, and you have to get into advertising for that a little bit, and they'll let you tinker with it a bit.
That's if you want to, if you do cigar fishing shirts.
Yeah.
And you want to advertise to people that smoke cigars and go fishing.
Yeah. I wonder if that's bad. It's
probably there
or not.
I don't know.
Will you catch less fish if you smoke cigars?
No clue.
If somebody knows that, please post it to Custom Apparel Startups page. But anyway, I'd say start with one of the first two, either people who like your page, and also the other thing is that if you've got 19 people who like your page, you can directly message those 19 people. You don't need to pay Facebook that. But as your number starts to increase, and that's why I really like the people who like my page and their friends, and all of my friends and people who like their page, and then Facebook will usually have something that says and other people like them. They'll have some things like that. Choose the one that's going to get new people.
Yes.
That's going to be your best bet if you're boosting a post. Now, if you're boosting a post that you make custom T-shirts and you make custom baby bags, and you make one at a time and then you sell it, like they're high end. You make one, you sell it for $100. You make one, those are great to boost to the people who like your page. They're people who are likely to buy it. I hope you guys are kind of getting the concept.
And I will say, about boosting, boosting is you're paying Facebook to show your post to other people, right? So I kind of look at it as a training ground for advertising.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot more tools available if you actually create a Facebook ad. A lot more advanced tracking tools. You can just monitor and get better and create audiences, and you can go farther with an ad account or creating an advertisement than you can a boost.
Yeah.
Right? So boost some, get good at boosting, and then start looking at a business manager account.
And I typically recommend the boost post should be something that there's a specific reason you'd be willing to pay $20 for this.
Yes.
So it's to sell a certain amount of items. It's maybe
that's true.
Maybe your goal is to. So there's various things that people in marketing do. There's a concept of make a product and then offer it to people to buy and continually find the people who will buy it.
Yes.
The other concept is that you start building an audience of people who like you and follow you, and then you sell to them. So you find if you make really cool and funny T-shirts and caps, and you kind of have a brand thing going on, and it's about comedy or a certain lifestyle, you might want to it's okay. I would spend $20 to get a lot more people to like and share my page. Because when I do throw an item out for sale, I've got a lot of people who'd be willing to buy it. I'm willing to pay $20 just to get the likes, compared to if I'm trying to actually sell a product.
Right, and as long as that is, we looked at planning it and figuring out what your goal is for the post.
Yeah.
Right, so as long as you're very specific about that and it does what you want it to do, I agree.
And then was it worth the $20? So you're saying that.
And how are you going to tell?
Yeah, that's the thing is you got to pick a goal, and we've talked about this in advertising. But I'll give you just a nice simple example for it. I want to get more people to like my page. I'm willing to spend $20 to invest to attempt to get this to happen. So I've created a post based on historical data of other posts that I've made that I really feel is going to be engaging and more people are going to like my page.
Yes.
So I'm going to create the post, I'm going to put an image, and at the bottom of it I'm going to say, please like and share my page.
Yeah.
So we've got all the structure that we put down at the beginning. I put the $20 in this, but how am I going to determine if I'm going to do this again? So the way I'm going to determine I'm going to do it again is I say I'm going to be willing to pay 50 cents for every new like because I really feel that that's worth it for this audience because it's building exponentially. So I know if I get 40 people to like it for this $20,
Yeah.
I've noticed the trend that when 40 people like my page, I don't do anything, and I have 60 people who liked it the next day because they shared and and with other people. So now I know that $20 turns into 60 new likes, and I know if I have 60 people and I put something up for sale, I'm going to sell 5 of them.
Yeah, and that kind of it's kind of a neat little circle there because a lot people usually ask that aren't into Facebook marketing yet. Why would I care if somebody likes my page? I've got 1,000 people that like it and nothing happens. What you can do is just like when you boost that post, you can market your products to the people that like your page. So if you're going to spend $20 to get more people to like your page, then the goal is the page likes, but the end result is the next time you do an advertisement to buy something, or you want them to take another action, then you have a bigger pool to
Yes,
market.
and you boost a post and you have people who like my page, you've increased the audience there. Now, all of these will not necessarily work for you individually. I mean, you've got to find the right zone for you, but I think this right here needs to be taken as a theory of how a really good post works,
Yep.
and then you should experiment with doing a little bit of boosting, spending a little bit of money at it, especially if you've never spent money on marketing before, and it's perfectly fine if it fails the first 4 or 5 times because you got to take this as a learning experience. If you're only planning to boost once and if it doesn't work, you're never going to do it again, just don't boost the first time.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
agree.
do the regular
If you only have
posts.
$20 to spend, don't spend.
Yes, but get some time into it. But I think I thought this was a pretty
I
nice
like
podcast.
it. I think a lot of people are going to listen
Yeah.
to it, or at least the first 6 minutes. That's what we find.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to start to put the pitch up front.
People listen to the
Mark-
last 6
yeah,
minutes.
okay,
I was
okay.
finding, and Mark's been really. The energy's low today because Mark was up all last night. I did a card trick the last one, and I
still can't figure
and
it
he couldn't
out.
figure it out. He's
Still
been
can't
losing. He
figure
just
it out.
admitted it to me this morning.
I know.
You should have watched the video. You could have seen that.
Small, up close magic.
Yes.
Might be a little specialty. Facebook and up close magic.
Thanks for listening. I think we've had a great time.
Yeah,
I think we wrapped up what we needed to cover today.
Cool. So what we would like you to do is I'm gonna break a lot of rules we talked about right
let's
now.
do it.
The first thing I want you to do is go buy the patch kit. It's a gas.
cool.
You'll love it. You'll love it, and you may even make some money with it. The second thing is make sure that you subscribe to the CAS podcast through the venue of your choice, whether it's iTunes or Stitcher. Subscribe to it and leave us a nice comment if you feel motivated to do that. And the last thing is don't forget that we've got 2 new courses on the Custom Apparel Startups Facebook page. It's how to start a custom T-shirt business and GIMP training it's graphics training for creating custom T-shirt designs.
Yeah,
it's so valuable.
It's probably one of the most exciting courses that we've put together. And it's a little bit of money, It's not for free, but it cost us a lot to make it.
Yeah,
I mean, it cost us a lot of time and money and editing and building out a learning management system. So it's an actual online course. It was a big project over months. So that one's not for free, but it's not that much money, and it's the first course that we've been able to find in existence that is specifically for T-shirt design on a piece of graphics software that doesn't cost you any money.
Yeah.
And if you've got a digital heat effects or a DTG direct to garment printer, the software that comes with that actually has this graphics software interface built into it. So if you are struggling with graphics and you want to learn, all right, if you're struggling with graphics and you actually don't want to take any time to learn, just stop doing graphics and pay somebody.
Yeah,
okay, but if you actually want to learn and you want to do it, take a course. It's not that much. It's not that much money at all.
Right.
And it's well worth it. I think it's 26 lectures, and a bunch of it is how-tos, and then I think there's 3, if I recall, start to finish, from idea to making a finished design.
How to make
one.
this design.
So you actually go through theory, history, what all the buttons do, and then hands-on.
And it's 4 T-shirts, so you're not learning how to do, like a photo background for photo touching, wedding photos.
Yeah, exactly, which is what's going to happen when you try to go online. Yeah. Let me try to find some free Corel training online. You go online, you find a ton of irrelevant videos that taught you a lot of great things, but nothing that's going to work for your T-shirt business.
So here we go. So you're going to buy the patch kit. You're going to subscribe and comment and love us on the podcasting software of your choice. And you're going to visit the customapparelstartups.com, pick one of the 2 courses that we're offering that fits with you, and give those a look.
Yeah, and here's, we're talking about the patch kit.
Yeah.
I just want to finish with this. So what happens is that some people buy the patch kit. They realize, wow, this was easy and really cool. I loved what I made. They send us some pictures of it. They offer it to their customers, and they sell a bunch of patches. And then they come back and they buy a bunch of the materials again. And that's great.
Yeah.
Other people buy the patch kit. They don't follow any of the instructions. The patches look terrible. They send us pictures and complain because the patches look terrible. And then we explain to them that I clearly see you skipped this part of the instruction.
Right.
And then they get discouraged and they feel like it was a waste of their time. So this is what you do. All right. There's 5,000 videos on the patch kit, including animations of how to cut the patches.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get the patch kit, first of all, you go online and pick the patch kit that you like. There's like from $50 to a few $100 depending on what you want. All right. You buy the patch kit that you want. Then you watch one or more of the videos, including start to finish webinars that are like an hour long.
Yes.
So there's very comprehensive stuff. Or you can watch the short.
And this is not a difficult process.
No. And I mean, the hour-long ones are very, very detailed. There's 8-minute ones that tell everything. Or you don't like videos, there's written instructions.
Okay.
Follow them. Right? Then find a customer that you currently sell to, that you think that they would buy patches. Now, who's going to buy patches? First of all, people actually just like patches.
Yeah.
They're fun. The patch kit lets them be iron-on. Yeah. So you just give them some of these. What do I do with these? Oh, put them on a backpack, put them on a tote bag, pin them to a wall. I mean, people love them. And you go to Michael's or Disney or Busch Gardens, there's patches for sale.
Everywhere.
People just like them. It's a fun thing. So you find a good customer, you make a good patch, you get it done right, you find a good customer, and the next time you bring them some clothes, you give them 2 patches for free. What's this? Patches. What am I going to do with them? I don't know. I sell them. Yeah. I sell them. How much are they? Well, I mean, people ask us, how much do I sell my patches for? What would you pay for a patch?
Right.
You know, I mean, it's different for your area. How much time did it take you? But anyway, you give it out, and it works the same as we've talked about with giving away hats or koozies. You know, you're going to leave it.
Hat on sale.
A bunch of my employees want some of those patches. Now, how much are they? You know, okay, $10 a piece. All right, well, we'll take 15.
Hey, I've got, and this has got to be the last thing because we have.
All right, yeah.
We've got a tip. If you are an embroiderer,
and
you struggle with embroidering on caps for any reason, the patch kit is what you need, along with a hat heat press.
Oh, okay.
Because you can embroider a patch. It's flat, and then you can put it on a hat heat press. You can press it right onto the cap.
And we also sell the hook and loop Velcro for the patch kit as well. I don't know. That's a new product.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so you stick it to the patch of the cap, and then you sew or heat apply on the loop on one side, the hook on the other side, and then you have removable patches.
Yeah,
and that's a fun thing too. I mean, that could be a hat thing.
All right, we'll talk about this forever.
No, I was really inspired.
This was great. All right, this has been Mark Stevenson from ColDesi
and Mark Vila from Coleman Company.
You guys have a great business.